What just happened? It's incredible. I'm going to tell you in just a second, but I want to say welcome back to our channel. We talk about things retirement and other things that are going on in our life. I went to go shopping. My wife needed me to go and just pick up a little Cool Whip for her. And by the way, all these products that I'm going to be showing you, we're not getting paid for any of this. These are just items that we have, and I'm just showing you. But anyway, so I went down to get the Cool Whip. And as I'm looking, I see these grass-fed beef sticks. Now, we tried to eat healthy. Sorry about the crinkling sound. And we try to go ahead and keep things clean. And I saw these and I said, wow, those are great. But the price was quite a lot. It said, buy one, get one free, savings $11.49. And I thought, well, you know what? Maybe this one time I'll spring, since basically I would get two now for $11.49. And we're down around the $5 and some odd change range. So I grab two packs. I go up to checkout. Now, I did a previous video where I warned you about the buy one get one free tags. They're not always as you think they are, or as they're stated on the tag there. They can be misleading, so you got to be very careful. But I went up to checkout, and as I'm checking out, I see the woman rings up $20.49 a piece. And I said, whoa, 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 wait a minute. These things are only advertised for a buy one, get one free at $11.49 savings. So I said, what gives? She calls the manager over. She goes down. She comes back about a minute or so later, and she says, no, they were not for these. They were mislabeled and everything else. They should have been up one shelf higher. Somebody put them down below. I can see where you thought they were this. And because we have a price guarantee here, I'm going to give them to you for free. That's our guarantee. I'm jaw dropped. I'm like, no way. So I ended up with $43 worth of beef sticks for Zippo. It was wonderful. And then as I'm coming home, put that down, and coming into our community, we live in a 55 and older. And so it used to be 62. Now it's 55. But I walk in and I see these cans in a little bag there, and people will sometimes leave things that if they have extra, they want to leave them up for somebody that needs them. So I said, oh man, we were low on tuna fish. So I went ahead and I grabbed these because there was two of them, and I grabbed this white chicken. Now, one of the things I noticed on here is that one of them says contains fish. And I've been hearing about certain brands of tuna fish that actually are fish. They're not the real tuna. And so the other one, though, says contains fish, in parentheses says tuna. So I'm not sure what kind of tuna it is, but it's, they're claiming that it is tuna. But hey, I'm going to go ahead and take it. It's free. And then, of course, the white chicken, you can't go wrong. Now, living in Florida, we have to be prepared at all times for storms. We have things that will come up out of nowhere. All of a sudden, a hurricane is coming, maybe even a strong tropical storm. We are in kind of that zone where we can go ahead and get hit at any time, especially now that we're at the peak of hurricane season. So my wife and I decided a few years back that we would prep, because every time a storm is forecasted, everyone's running to the supermarket. The shelves are just stripped. Gasoline and anything you would need to go ahead and prepare yourself. Everybody waits seems to be to the last second. But we went ahead and we've prepared in advance so that we don't have to. We can go ahead and watch everybody running, and then just go ahead and sit back and watch a little television or a movie while everyone is out there pulling the hair out of their heads. So I just want to share with you a couple of things that have really been some good items, maybe give you an idea. And also, there is a channel. This gentleman, he's like my age, and he lives up in Maine. He says, "Why am I so green?" is his channel, and he cracks me up. He's always got these great hacks and these ways of going ahead and preparing and making stoves and stuff like that. It's really great. So you have a chance, go ahead and check it out. Why am I so green? And anyways, so my wife and I went ahead and we started to look at what were some of the things that we need. And one of the big things is power. So we always are running into the power outage situation, even with a strong thunderstorm that'll come through here. We will go ahead and we will experience power outages. So my first little buy was this little Jackery. Again, we're not being sponsored or paid to talk about this or any of these items, but got this Jackery. It came also too with the solar panel so we can recharge it. And then I have a bigger one in the back room. It's just too big for me to show you, but it can power everything. I mean, run my refrigerator. I can run appliances of all kinds on it, and lamps. And this has been wonderful because I have a little teeny TV that is made for storms. It's battery powered, but then it can plug right into this and we can run it for days. And then as far as other lamps and stuff like that around the house. And this was a great little investment because I can do cell phones on it. I can do, like I said, a lamp or something else. And then it's got a couple other little chargers on here too that I can go ahead and plug into. Really a great item and a must have. Now, on the food side of things, we went ahead and threw, I think we used, well, we've used 4 Patriots and we've used the other one, My Patriot Supply. And My Patriot Supply has these ready hour, types of freeze dried meals. And I got a whole plethora of different ones. I have this one here, which I'm going to talk about, and this one here also too, which is this black bean burger. And we got mashed potatoes. We got all these other things so that if the power goes and we're without food and everything else, we can go ahead and we can cook and have meals. So this ready hour macaroni and cheese that I'm showing you, I went ahead and I wanted to try it out. I hear people say sometimes, oh, that freeze dried stuff is not any good. It tastes bland, blah, blah, blah. And so I said, you know what? I'm going to do a taste test on one of these. I pulled this pack out when my granddaughter was here. My granddaughter, my youngest, Livy, she is a connoisseur of mac and cheese. And so she should be. She's a young little kid and she loves that. So I cooked this up, didn't tell her, and I gave it to her. And she says, Papa, this is the best mac and cheese I've ever had in my life. My goodness, what is this? What is this? And I told her it was one of these things. And she goes, I got to get my mother to get it. And she loves this. Every time she comes over to our house to visit, she asks if I'll make this for her. So I will vouch that this stuff tastes really good. And these other products that I've had too, you've got to go and keep like a little extra dried seasonings around or whatever, because like anything else, they're making this for the masses and everybody has their individual taste. So you got to add a little bit of this, a little bit of that to go ahead and get the flavor that you like. But these are invaluable to have. Also, too, we went ahead and we got a little gas stove, and we go ahead and runs off these little cans of butane right there. And then it conveniently comes in this little package here. And I got this off of Amazon. And you probably have seen them. And they're just like little small stoves here, 1 burners and everything else. And this thing really does a great job. I will do even some cooking if I want to use our wok or whatever. And it heats up the pan fast. It really is efficient. And I can go ahead and just use these cans when I'm done. I just go ahead and toss them. And it's as easy as that. So then I love my coffee. I cannot go without coffee in the morning. So I have to have coffee. And because we have our little portable generators or whatever, I can keep the refrigerator cold to keep my half and half or my cream or whatever I want to have in it. But I simply got a little pour over. I got this on Amazon as well. And it came with some little filters. There's an extra little filter here. You can even make your coffee maker if you have the kind where the lid opens up and you put your little drip in there. And I used to just pour over into that and into the carafe, and then I would have coffee for, maybe my wife and I or anybody else that might be over. So there's always a way to make it work, or else you can just have the pour over go directly into your cup. Simple, easy peasy, good stuff. And then I wanted to also just show you too of a rice that we use. Now, we like rice and we don't eat it like, every single day. But this one here is called Three Sisters, and this is a rice that we get at a local Asian market. And it comes with a little tag on it here with a 2026. And it also has the symbol on it in the back here, which tells you that this comes from Thailand. This is the real deal. So that is your acid test when you're buying rice, especially when you're buying rice from overseas, that is where it comes from. Now, I went to the owner of the shop and I said to him, hey, there's this Three Sisters and everything else. These other ones, what's the difference between these 3 others that you have there? He said, absolutely nothing. He says, it's the packaging. It's the same rice. So if you go in and you're confused, just grab a bag and go out, because you'll go ahead and we love jasmine. And so you'll just grab that bag and you'll have a really good bag of jasmine rice, fresh. And my wife always comments on it. I love the texture. I love the flavor of this rice. There's something about it, so we really, really like that. And then last but not least, I just wanted to go ahead and just say, be prepared for anything that comes your way. Have games around. We have the little portable TV so we can watch what's going on in the news and everything else. but at the same time, just be at peace and know that, God's got you. This is just part of nature, part of what he created, and this is what we have to go ahead and deal with. It's all going to be okay in the end. And so a few little things can make a big difference in your preparation and keeping just that happiness going, because no matter what comes at you, it doesn't do a hill of beans to worry or to be anxious about anything. And as the word says, let tomorrow worry about itself, because today has enough of its own problems. So with that, I just want to thank you for watching. I hope this helped. If you have any questions, I have a ton of prepping items. So if there's anything else that you would like to see, or if you want to see another video like this with different prepping items that we have, I'd be glad to go ahead and go through it. So subscribe, comment, and we'll see you in the next video.